Hello, welcome. This is blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Metal Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about a lot of things actually, but we haven't seen the world uncertainty index so high ever. So it's an all-time high, and this is what we really feel on the market, this kind of fear and uncertainty. By the way, Bitcoin on track for its longest losing streak in 7 years. So we haven't seen this for a long time. Then we have altcoins going down for 13 months straight. So the sell pressure is still on. For example, we can see Ethereum on a price where it was back in 2021, Solana back in 2021, or I can mention Tron or XRP prices like 2017 and 2018. Also, now the bear market, it's steeper than it was back in 2022. Bitcoin ownership is changing heavily. Mostly individuals are the ones who are selling. I'm going to tell you what is the amount and who is actually buying and accumulating. But let's talk about scammers now. People would like to scam those who purchased Ledger and Trezor devices with the new method, and a lot of other things in today's video. So don't forget, every single day you getting the fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on blockchainbloom. From Monday to Sunday, every day I provide these with short videos, basically the essence of the news in 60 seconds. But every single day I'm making this every single week once, I'm making this long video, what you're watching right now. So where I try to summarize the situation, what is actually on the market. So if you like this kind of content, then definitely subscribe, hit the like button, and now let's do it. All right, first have a look at the market, where we can see that Bitcoin is down 1.5% in the last 24 hours, Ethereum down 2.2% in the last 24 hours. When we're looking at winner, really no winners here. Pippin is up 1.5 and Pax Code 1.4. That's like nothing. When we see the loser, Zcash, another 9% down. Actually, it went up in a week like that, and then it came like that. It's just the same. So Memecore 9% down, Arbitrum 7%. The altcoins are keep bleeding, but basically Bitcoin is also going down. When we're looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart here on the weekly, it shows it very, very clear that, look, we have now the 5th month, 4 already closed, and the 5th month continuously going down. On the weekly, we can see we are again lower than we have closed last week, and this is what actually happening week by week. Sorry, this was the weekly one. I mentioned the month one, but that's another thing I would like to talk about a little bit later. Now, Bitcoin is a $66,800 US dollar and not showing any strength. You know, this one here, the red line is the weekly simple moving average on the 200 one. So we can again come close to this, get around it, go under it. So usually we're visiting this and stay around it for a while in the bear market, and we are already more than 4 months in the downtrend. And the usual bear market, it goes for a year. How it will go this time, I really don't know. Nobody knows. I'm always watching the market day by day, and that's how I make my decision. You know, I'm not focusing on the news that much, because when we are in the downtrend and some great things come out, great news, doesn't make any change. Maybe it moves for a short period of time, but then, you know, when the trend is bearish, we just continue to go down. And vice versa in the bull market. When something bad is coming out, you know, the market doesn't feel it that much when we are in the bullish trend. So until the trend is not changing, I'm staying actually bearish. Right. But sooner or later, you know, these prices usually around 200 moving average on the weekly pays off when the bull market is coming back and Bitcoin reaching new all-time highs, then everybody wishes that I wish I buy here some more. So when we will be around this, under it, all these kind of places, it's not financial wise. This is my strategy, what I'm doing. That's the place where I'm usually accumulating. And I know I cannot catch the bottom, never, but around the bottom is good enough for me in long term. Right, and okay, now let's look at the Fear and Greed Index. We are at 11. We have been this year already on 5, which was a record, but 11, it's still extreme fear. And look, this one is the World Uncertainty Index, and it's a new all-time high. We have seen it here in 2000 and 10, 12, something like that, after the 2008 crisis. It was higher during COVID, but right now it's much, much higher in 2026 than it was ever before. And we do feel it when you see precious metals going down, like silver went down 36% in a day, or actually sometimes gold is crashing. Then we see the stock market weakening. Bitcoin is down for 4 months continuously. And then you see the property bubble actually just growing. Yeah, where to put your money kind of question. And it's a difficult time. Why? Fiat currency, it's inflating. And, you know, depends which one. But even, for example, the dollar, the leading one, the world currency, lost more than 10% of its value just in last year, 2025. So it's not an easy situation for sure. And you know, things like this, the US is prepared to strike Iran as early as this weekend, but Trump has yet to make a final call. These kind of things definitely cause uncertainty. Then we have Bitcoin on track for its longest losing streak in 7 years. You know, its Bitcoin is already down 13, but actually it's more than 14, almost 15% in February. We have just less than 10 days to go until end of February. And if that's happening, then we're going to have 5 months continuously Bitcoin bleeding. The last time we have seen this was back in 2018 when it started here in August, September, October, November, December, and then we had finally January in 2019. But the last time there was the time where we have seen 5 months continuously, and it's 10 days, but maybe Bitcoin can do this as well. And what's going to happen in March? Do we break a new record or something? We're going to see that. And look at this, that's also heavy. For 13 straight months, altcoin have been continuously net selling on centralized exchanges, spot markets. Retail is largely out, smart money has rotated, and there is still no clear sign of institutional accumulation when it comes to altcoins. So it's just not a dip, it's just like continuously going down and down and down. This is what we can see clearly. Look, for example, Ethereum is back on the price where it was back in 2021. Bitcoin is back on the price where it was 2024. Solana, how it was 21. But look at these. XRP is back on the price it was back in 2017, or Tron back where it was 2018. So it's clear that the accumulation thing is just not working, especially for altcoins, because it's just no point to hold them in a bear market where you can buy back alts if you wish to invest in them in the next bullish phase, when we see what's the new trend. Why hold the old ones when we have tens of millions and multiple 10 millions altcoins out on the market? So the chance that your altcoin is coming back, it's very, very slim. Maybe some of the big ones, but if you have bought some of the small ones, then they're just bleeding, and it's just, you really cannot track these things. Okay, then we're seeing the biggest outflows in crypto since 2022. Money is leaving the market at one of the fastest rates since the last bear market. So, here was the last bear market, but even now it's a steeper one, whereas we're going down straight away. Since October, it's just going down and down and down and down. And look, Bitcoin is changing ownership. So as you can see it here, in 2025, almost 700,000 Bitcoin were sold by individuals, and who were buying. Here we had governments, we have funds and ETFs, and businesses, MicroStrategy and many others. So the weekends selling Bitcoin, and they are accumulating. There's a shift definitely in Bitcoin ownership. Right, couple of other things. Let's look at the big Bitcoin holders. Well, we have definitely Satoshi Nakamoto. On his addresses, Bitcoin is not moving. We're talking about 1.1 million Bitcoin. He's the highest holder. Then we have actually Coinbase Exchange with 993,000-ish Bitcoin. Then we have ETF issuer BlackRock, which holds 761,801 Bitcoin. Then we have public company just like Strategy with 17,000 Bitcoin. US government, and you can see here, and Tether comes up as well. So these are the biggest Bitcoin holders right now. And it's another thing, a scam I would like to talk about, because usually until now you have received emails. We know that some of the customers' data from Ledger, from Trezor, unfortunately got in bad hands, and therefore they attacking you. But until now it was usually in a digital way, right? But now people started to receive physical letters. Also here in Hungary, some of the viewers also send me these pictures, but this is here. I picked this one from X, but it's very, very important. You never ever scan this QR code. They never ever going to reach out to you like this. Okay, so this is a scam, just a new way of it, and please be aware of it. Never ever click on a link in the email if they call action to some upgrade or anything like this. Every single time you log in, for example, when it comes to Ledger wallet, do it from there. Never ever from link, never scan QR code, whatever you receive. These are very, very important things because these are scams. Okay, another thing is when we're looking at, when it comes to uncertainty, the housing market and affordability is now worse than was back in 2008 in the financial crisis. What does it mean? Back in 2005, median salary was $46,000 in the US, median house price $184,000. Now in this year, median salary $59,000. Why? Median house price increased significantly to $450,000. So the salary increase was 28%, while we had the house price increase for 150%. And it's just crazy. And look at how the bubble is also growing. It's like we're getting into the bigger bubble. So when uncertainty, crazy times. Okay, when it comes to inflation today, the new data for the Core PCE and the normal PCE will come out. Not yet when I'm recording this video, but the forecast says 2.9. So actually, the forecast is higher than the previous was. Let's see what will happen. The chances for rate cuts, 94%, that in March will not happen any rate cut, which is coming up in a month. So yeah. And also April, the situation is the same. And June is the very first time where there is a chance to have this. But by then, we're going to have the new Fed chair and so on and so forth. So we're going to see it. We have outflows when it comes to Bitcoin spot ETFs. Yesterday, for example, $133 million. But before that, we had tiny inflow here on the 13th of February. But usually now we have outflows. And two things I would like to highlight. When you would like to use an exchange, to buy the dip, for example, or just use it for shorting, you decide. Then we have Bybit.eu, and then now they running a campaign, and through this link you can actually altogether collect 130 USDC. Which is a pretty good thing. You have to do some task for that on the side, but if you register to this link, then you will be able to do it. And it's very, very important that these guys have make a license already in the EU, so you can use them. And another thing is, when it comes to Ledger, this is an exclusive link for blockchainbloom, because you cannot find this deal on the website. But actually, when you come here, you can buy now just today. So today, on the 19th of February. After that, as you can see, it will finish. It was between the 16th and 19th of February. And Flax and some others with nice bonuses in dollar terms. Why is that important? Because we haven't seen Bitcoin on such a low levels like now for a long time. Therefore, if you receive $70 worth of Bitcoin, probably in the next bull market, you will get back your money, what you spend on this device, because Bitcoin is now on the low price and you're getting this in the dollar terms. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day you're getting the fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain. You see on blockchainbloom in short videos, the essence of the news in 60 seconds. So you can accumulate it, get it very fast. However, once a week, I'm making this video, what you have just watched right now, when we summarize what's happening on the week, what's happening on the market, so we know the direction, because this is, I think, very important. And yeah, okay, that's it for today. So don't forget, subscribe if you like this kind of content, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. See you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.